What is going on YouTube? This is Jim, back with another video for you guys. Today we're talking about GameStop's place in the digital market space. Now, recall long ago when the Xbox One was announced, and they talked about this always online access and how nervous it was making GameStop because they're like, wait a minute, we want to get a piece of that pie. Microsoft said you may be able to buy games and then somehow return them digitally. It was a complete debacle. But GameStop early on was realizing that digital is becoming much more prevalent. They have basically no PC floor space because Steam takes up that spot. So, what are they doing? Well, up until now, they haven't really done a whole heck of a lot. And unfortunately, whether it is the Circle of Life program or the bad personal experiences a lot of us have had, where we feel like we're being upcharged or trying to be sold collector's guides and pre-orders or this or that, GameStop doesn't have a lot of positive press going for it. And that's just on the personal opinion side. But let's talk dollars and cents here, guys. The video game retailer is struggling to grow sales amid a shift to digital downloads. And one analyst says the new Nintendo Switch may not help much. Bad news for GameStop. Companies are going directly to gamers. GameStop is dying, but it still has something to offer. GameStop, a 6% yield. Is the dividend safe? Now, what is all this about? Well, GameStop stock has been downgraded. Their predictions have been downgraded. The company is not making as much money as they thought they would, and for the next year, as they've predicted their money, that figure has gone down as well. Primarily, there are a lot of reasons that are associated with this, but in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Jim's opinion, this Xbox Game Pass is really what is buzzing right now in the market, which is really starting to scare investors of GameStop. Let me read this to you. Xbox Game Pass is set to launch this spring. The subscription service will cost $9.99 per month and give gamers the ability to download more than 100 Xbox One and backward-compatible Xbox 360 games. The catalog of games available will change from month to month, but subscribers will be able to purchase any game in the catalog for a 20% discount to the retail price. Keyword first here is download. Now, keep in mind that the PlayStation Now service, in my opinion, failed horribly because it tried to stream games. And hardcore gamers who are going to be using the service do not want their games streamed. You guys have watched YouTube. You know video quality degrades over the internet. You know that there is a latency involved in your controls, no matter how little it is. If you are not processing the game on your local machine, you're gonna experience heartache. Okay? Xbox realized this and they said, you know what? We're going to let you download these things. They're going to be on your hard drive. Now, this does implement a lot of digital right management, which is not talked about in this article. This always on, checking in, 24 hours, reminiscent of the Xbox One launch. Remember that? But pretend that that's happening right now. Just keep in mind that Microsoft is saying, you know what? We're going to work with you guys. You're going to pay us $9.99 a month. We're going to let you download a game. And, oh, by the way, if you like it, go ahead and buy it less 20%. So, what does this mean for GameStop? Well, you got the PlayStation Now service that's out right now. You got the Xbox One Game Pass service coming soon. Not to be outdone, GameStop has announced, I found this on NeoGAF, the GameStop Summer Gaming Pass program. I actually got an email on this, but I've already deleted it, so I had to go back and find somebody else who posted theirs. Play all the games you want this summer with the GameStop Summer Gaming Pass. Now, this email was sent out as a solicitation. This is not official news as of yet, but based on the fact that they've emailed so many people about this, this program is coming. Some of the numbers may change, some of the details may change, but here is what it is. For $100, this is what you get. It's basically RedBox of any pre-owned game that they have in the store. You go to the store, you pick up any pre-owned game that you want, you go home, you play it, whether you play it for 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 weeks. It's still within the bounds of summer, so we're talking probably 4 or 5 months, right? Unless you live in Florida, and then that's 12 months. You could trade it in when you're done with it and get a new game that day. It's got to be a pre-order game. It's got to be in stock, obviously, but I'm sure they have a lot of stock of these games, don't they? So you could probably pick up anything that you want. So you swap games in and out all summer long, get to play this, play that, and okay, that's not bad. But it's a $99 price point. But what do you get at the end? Well, at the end of the summer, you get to keep the final game you're playing as our gift to you. No need to bring it back thanks to the store. It's our way of saying thanks for being a loyal GameStop gamer. GameStop Summer Gaming Pass. Play all the games. Okay, so if you want to break it down financially, here you go. You got a $100 buy-in price point. This is $100 you got to pay in, but you're going to get to keep a pre-order game, a pre-owned game at the end. Now, just because it's pre-owned doesn't mean it can't be one of the newer games. A lot of people buy games and trade them in. So let's just say that's like a $50 value. So you're renting for $50 over 4 or 5 months. You're going to be renting games. Compare that to the Xbox Game Pass. We're going to be paying $10 a month, but you don't own it. At the end of each month, if they decide to change the catalog of games that are available, your game that you're playing may go away. Halo 5 may be a 1-month thing, and it might be gone. And then you're like, oh, I wanted to play it again. Obviously, you could always buy it and own it forever at the 20% discount, which I think helps a lot. And I think that's what this GameStop program is missing. But I do appreciate the originality. I think a lot of people are probably going to be deterred slightly by the $99.99 upfront cost. The $100 is a lot. Even though you know you're going to get a game at the end of the day, the pre-order culture is hit and miss. You know, I love it because I do a lot of the collector editions and they sell out. But I don't know if people are going to be willing to fork over $100 right away. However, knowing you're going to get a game at the end is pretty nice. Knowing that you can go to the GameStop and pretty much change out any game you want right there. Again, I focused earlier on this video talking about the processing power of the PlayStation Now service and how much I disliked it. The fact that you're going to be able to put this game in your console and play it is a big deal. Processing on your machine, very similar to this. Download the game, processing on your machine. So that is a nice feature that I think you got to keep in mind. And then at the end, you get to own the game. So don't know if it's good or bad. I'm curious to see how it takes off. The one thing I think that they are missing, though, if you want to buy more games, it would be nice if there was some sort of discount for people. Very similar to Xbox says they're going to give you a 20% discount to anything that you fall in love with. I guess if you absolutely fall in love with a game, you can keep in mind that that would be the final game that you rent and keep forever. However, it would be nice if there was a service in which you could buy additional games. Now, this is by no means final. This is something that has just come out in the last few days. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about it in the immediate future, but that's what you need to know right now about the GameStop Summer Gaming Pass program, which is definitely going to be coming this year. It's GameStop's answer to all of this negative press to try to stop the bleeding. Will it work? Time will tell. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Get out there, play some games, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.